Well, what do you know? We've got some tiebreakers. This time we've got Tunsel11 against the TransexualEmpire. Tunsel, of course, we saw earlier with his quite good control. Duet? Oh, blimey, there's my cat. What do you want? Anyway, apologies if that's going to be an interruption, but it's cute, so it doesn't matter too much. Right. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the other thing that we have to talk about is TransexualEmpire. Now, I haven't seen her play. Well, not in the tournament anyway, but I've played with her in Realm games and team games, and she's a pretty strong player as well, beating the likes of Mott and giving Custard a bit of a run for his money as well. Although, as I think the quote goes, I can always beat but never win against Custard, or something like that, she said earlier on in TeamSpeak. But anyway, let's enough about that. Let's talk about the map. So this is Styx. Obviously, you start at opposite ends of this lava planet here, with a sort of enclave of mechs. He's all sporting the Armorless Commander, very nice. So it's interesting because there are a number of strategies available to you. Sorry, I'm just checking behind me constantly just to make sure my cat's not being a nuisance and doing stuff. And there are a number of ways you can play it. You can try and claim the lava planet for your own. Alternatively, as we can see at the bottom of the picture there is a metal planet with a fair amount of metal on it that you might want to go and claim. It's had a redesign of the amount of metal it has and where the metal is, but it's still there, as we can see. So, looking at what's going on, I'm just going to zoom out here just a little bit to make sure that we can see if there's any orbital play going on. Now, having a look at the actual builds, we got double bots here from TransexualEmpire. This is okay on this map. Again, the map is quite small, so you might want to transition to vehicles early on. Maybe some grenadiers in there as well, and that's probably what the other bot factory is going to be used for, though it is idle currently. I'm not sure whether that's a mistake or whether that's intentional. Maybe it's too interesting decision to go against the air factory. Oh, finishing off the P-gen before doing the air factory, perhaps? What's going on? Yeah. Okay, some misclicking there. That's unfortunate for Transsexual. So, Tunsel, on the other hand, triple bot, single air. What's Transsexual queued up as their fourth factory? Second air. Okay. But yeah, quadruple bot is the play from Tunsel. That's going to be interesting. Oh dear, these fabricators here. Oh, if they weren't on the South Pole, I'd be able to get a better view of it. But wow, they're going to go down. They aren't going to get the second mechs. They did get one mechs and it does get saved, but they don't get the second one, and that's quite crucial because that's two fabricators that Tunsel now has to remake, and those were the Tunsel's only two fabricators as well, so that's not great news as far as Tunsel is concerned. Looking back up at Transsexual, though, has got those mech sites. Looks as though it might have been shut down there. I saw an explosion, but a good use of Firefly here, although Docs might be able to get in range and take it down, but there we are. Oh, the cat is next to me on my bed. Hello. Yeah, just lie down, please don't come over here, you'll interrupt me. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so, meanwhile, in PA, while the cat is stealing my bed that I want to go and sleep in later, we have some good expansion from Transsexual, and that's what you really want to do on this map. You can either rush orbital and get onto the metal planet and maybe neglect your overall defense and harassment of the opponent on the lava planet, but maybe get the rewards from the metal planet. A safer bet would be to make sure you've got a good contest on the lava planet before thinking of making a play for the metal planet, because of course it's a heavy investment going into orbit, then getting the Faber, then getting both ends of the teleporter, if you're not of course going for an Astraeus. My suggestion would be to not go an Astraeus, simply because you need your commander here for defense, and if you have both ends of the teleporter there, you can send units back through from those that you build on the metal planet. So you already have the teleporters there and working. But of course it does leave you open during that time to the threat of your opponent expanding beyond control. And we can already see Tunsel being mindful of the options of orbital here with a deep space radar. That's always good to see. So that'll, providing they have the power or energy, it'll show them the orbital layer around around this system. And we'll show any orbital transitions, which is also good. Thank you. Let me tidy that up for you. There we go. She's making a real fuss. Apologies for the intrusions. I will talk sternly with her later. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the army tab there, while Transsexual is leading in mechs, as would be expected given the aggressive expansion that she's employed here in this game. Units actually favouring Tunsel at this point, and that's probably just because Tunsel hasn't really moved out too much and hasn't really bothered too much with the air, and the air that has come over has been shut down, but it's going to be rapidly picked up by Transsexual, who I believe is making further factories and will start to produce slightly more than Tunsel, especially considering Tunsel's fabbers were killed in the first instance. So it's going quite well. The bombers though, oh wow, that just put the biggest dent in the unit count. Oh dear, that just evened the tables on the unit count, although it wasn't, you know, too consequential initially. That's really evened the tables and probably put them back in favour of Transsexual, if I'm honest, simply because of the overall map presence. Wow, that was a good bombing run. The way those bombers crossed over as well really meant that there was no way of escape for those docks. The only way would have been to quick area patrol them, which wasn't completed or employed, which is a bit of a shame. I'm going to keep my eye on this side of the lava planet here, just so we can see. Meanwhile, on the back, we can see bombers there with interceptors. No targets for them, though. They're just sort of sat there, probably waiting for a Faber train to go past. Maybe they'll see one there. Let's have a look at what Tunsel can actually see and has scouted. So a lot of bot factories they've managed to see. They're actually moving in with quite a sizable bot force here. Of course, they are going to meet bombers. That is a given there. Will they die? Of course they will, because they're meeting the home front. They don't want to engage here. They're going to sit with a commander and a bomber overhead. Oh, that's not really where you want to tango, my friends. Oh dear. TransexualEmpire is having none of it. She's like, get off my lawn, sir. Just go. You are not welcome. And ooh, this is going to be interesting. Can those fabbers get that up in time? And can the docks be rerouted? No, the fabbers are going to go down. That's a shame. They both go down, and that's crucial again. That's left Tunsel for a second time this game on 0 fabbers. Meanwhile, Transsexual is coming in round the back with the docks, going to be able to take down the radar there. Oh dear. I mean, this is the thing. This is why, especially in 1v1s at this sort of pace of play, you don't really want to go orbital too zealously. Simply because you've got enough on your plate to deal with your opponent and their possible spreading around the planet in the first place. In 2v2s, yeah, you can probably start to think about going orbital at that sort of a rate, but 1v1s, no. And at this point, TransexualEmpire is starting to run away with the game. An extra factory, 2 fabbers, more unit count, and vastly superior economy. The snowball is rolling, and it is making a distinct rumble through the hills that is echoing tremendously. The bomber here, oh no, please area patrol them. No, area patrol them. That is the way you save your bots. Please. Please. Please area patrol your bots. Oh my god. Oh, area patrolling them spreads them out. So the bombers, the way the bombs sort of anticipate movement, that kind of negates that effect and can't sort of get a whole line of them, because if you move them all in unison, obviously the anticipation effect will hit somewhere in the blob, whereas if they all partition and go all in their separate ways. That's, you know, it, really. Where's the commander taking fire? Over here. He just dealt with a whole bunch of boom bots by the look of it. That's nasty. TransexualEmpire is really packing the pace away, wanting to end this game. But I think the superior economy from Transsexual really sealed this game, along with killing those fabbers so many times. And oh, that was unlucky. The bomber got taken out by the grenadiers or the docks. Oh, that was a shame. More boom bots ready to come in. They probably didn't make it past the docks there, but wow. I think at this point it's fair to call GG. I'm not sure the bomber's going to get much done. No, it stopped before going over the group. A poorly microed bomber. Boombots to try and counter boombots. There's the GG from Tunsel. That was a shame. That started off well, but I think lost a few fabricators through Tunsel off there. TransexualEmpire takes the victory with her as she goes through the tiebreaker sessions. Good game. Don't forget to drop a like or a comment or any feedback you may have. Thanks again for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. And here's the Infernos getting ready to drop. Could this be the deal sealer right here in the back door? This is the strength of Cuss's place. He's got a large number of interceptors there ready to clear the way. Let's see Andreas. What can he see? Has he got the radar? Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. It's right there. In come the units now. He can see those. He's been distracted on the front. In come the interceptors first. How many Infernos is he going to lose? He lost one there. Maybe a second one. He only managed to get 3 down. Wow. That's not great. That wasn't great compared to what we were really wanting and expecting from an Inferno drop there. Those really won't be doing too much, especially with all those Grenadiers there against those Infernos. They're pretty damn good, and it doesn't necessarily...